Hi everyone, my name is Michael Herman and I have been running various online businesses over the past 7 years. In this video, I will show you how I built a particular business of mine that now makes me around $1,000 in mostly passive income. My motivation for recording this video is first to share my knowledge and the experience I've gained with you and others, so you might learn from it. And second, to maybe inspire you to record a similar video if you already have an online business. Starting businesses is hard, and I feel that as a community of entrepreneurs, we should work together and help each other by sharing knowledge, for instance. And this is what I'm trying to do. So let's jump in. I have open here the numbers of this particular business. As you can see, my monthly income right now is around $1,000, so that's actual profit. And I currently spend around 5 hours, I would estimate, per month on this business, which makes my hourly profit $200. In total, I've spent 345 hours on this business. I've made $16,000. So that puts my hourly profit over all time at $47. But as I said, right now I don't have to do as much for this business anymore, and so my hourly profit is significantly higher. So what is the business? The business actually grew out of another project of mine called Fman. Fman is a desktop application that I created. You see its homepage here. It's a file manager for Windows, Mac, and Linux. And I'll put the link in the show notes, but don't want to go into too much further detail about it. But one thing I wanted to have for Fman was on an automatic update mechanism. So we all know that modern programs and applications all have an automatic update mechanism so that the developers can release new versions easily. And I wanted to have that for Fman as well. On Windows, there's a technology called Google Omaha that you can use, or developers can use, to implement automatic updates. As the name implies, the technology is by Google, and it's actually what they use to implement automatic updates for the Chrome web browser. And so I learned about this technology and then eventually managed to configure it and set it up. So Fman now uses it to distribute automatic updates. The problem was that it's quite technically involved to set up this technology. So what I did was I wrote an article on Fman's blog. You see the article open here. I titled it Google Omaha Tutorial, and in the article I explained how it works and how other people who can set it up as well. And my main goal with this was actually mostly to promote Fman. I wanted to share my experiences, and I felt it wasn't right that knowledge was not publicly available and it was so difficult to learn about this technology. But as I said, mostly I just wanted to drive people and especially developers to Fman's website so that then they would hopefully end up using and buying Fman. One thing I did was that once I'd written the article, I went to the official GitHub repository of the Google Omaha project and submitted a pull request to them so they would include a link to my tutorial, I've highlighted it in red here, in their official README. And they kindly agreed to this. And so now everybody who goes to what is essentially the homepage of the Google Omaha tutorial, at the bottom will find a link to my tutorial. And one effect this had was that this article that I published on the Fman blog was the second most read article on Fman's blog that I wrote. And if you think about that, that's a bit strange because obviously I wrote many articles and most of them were about Fman, but people seem to be more interested in this Google Omaha tutorial. And that gave me an idea. I thought, well, if there's interest in this, then maybe other companies would pay me to help them set up this difficult technology for them. So once I realized that this article is getting a lot of traffic, or in comparison at least a lot of traffic, I included a form in the article where I say, hello, Google Omaha is open source, but it's difficult to set up, and we can help you. Just fill in this form and we'll get back to you. And not soon after, an American startup contacted me, and then they're still my customers to this day, and they're paying me $250 every month for running the update server that is required for using this technology. And really, all I have to do for them is send them an invoice once per month, and that's pretty much all the effort that's required. So that's very nice. And that is part of the $1,000 in monthly, mostly passive income that I now get. Then this year, at the time of recording this, another company found this tutorial and got in touch with me. They're a European startup, and they wanted me to set this up for them as well. And so I did, and now they contribute to those $1,000 that I now get every month. And it made me realize that if there is really such commercial demand, that I might need a better presentation of my services than this blog post that essentially says, hey guys, I'm Michael. If you have experience with this, if you want me to help, send me an email. Because I figured and I thought there are likely also bigger companies who would never hire a single guy like me for doing this. So after I got this second and larger contract from the European startup, I created a new website. So now this tutorial that you just saw here is no longer available on the FMAN website, but I've moved it to an agency website, which I created. So I am the founder of this agency called Omaha Consulting, and it's presented as an agency. So it's no longer, hey guys, I'm Michael, but it's presented as, we are an agency and we solve your automatic update needs. And since creating this agency website, I get a lot more requests, and especially also requests from larger, some of them even international companies. And I've really seen an uptick in the interest. So that made a huge difference. The things I learned, and I hope that the things that you will learn from this video, are blogging is important. So I only got this business essentially because I wrote this blog article, and then I somehow found out and stumbled upon the fact that there's a lot of interest in this. So my advice would be that also you, if you're interested in these things, might benefit from blogging about what you're doing and what you're learning. Also, this article is good for search engine optimization. So because when you search online for Google Omaha, then my article is in the second spot. And it's also here on the right-hand side. Google Omaha tutorial, Omaha Consulting. So I think one of the main reasons, there are two reasons for that. The one is the topic is very niche, but also this link in the GitHub repository, in the official GitHub repository for that project, even though technically it's a no-follow link, which for search engine optimization might not actually help that much, but still really makes me and my agency a very prominent search result for this query, and I'm sure that many people find me this way. And yes, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. You can find my personal website at herman.io. My surname is spelled with 2 R's and 2 N. maybe also leave a comment. This is one of my first YouTube videos, so maybe you also want to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in more videos from me. And I wish you the very best of luck with your own projects.